Alright, so before you click the dislike button, listen, I love NRG, and I know you guys want to hear that NRG is the best pro team, but when it comes to results, they're simply not. I think when it comes to individual players, I think Dizzy and Asu are probably top 5 when it comes to just straight raw talent and movement and gun skill and even game sense. I think they're really smart and incredible players, but when it comes to playing as a team, when it comes to winning tournaments, when it comes to knowing how to play, the best team in Apex Legends, without doubt, is TSM. And today I want to talk about why TSM is so successful and why they are the best pro team in Apex Legends right now. So unless you guys are living under a rock, you should know that TSM are the X Games gold medal champions for Apex Legends, and they are also the champions of the Poland Invitational. So they did win first place back-to-back Apex Legends tournament, and these were by no means just any old tournament. These were really big tournaments with a lot of respected pro teams and pro names that you guys know, such as Penta, such as Navi, such as NRG, such as Gamers Origin, such as G2, such as Gambit, such as Soar. All of the really big and high skilled and high powered teams were in this tournament, and it was a very impressive win, especially a back-to-back tournament win for TSM. And I want to go over their last game before they won the Poland Invitational. I want to go over the in-game situation and show you guys how they played together, the decisions that they made and positioning, and really the game sense that they had, knowing when to challenge, when to engage in a fight, and how exactly to do that last rotation into that final circle. So let's go ahead and jump right into the gameplay video and let's talk about it. Alright, so here is the in-game situation right before TSM won the entire Poland event, and I want to talk about a lot of the things that they did right and a lot of the reasons that they ended up winning this tournament, and not only this tournament, but why they are the best pro team in Apex Legends right now, which is why they also won the X Games gold medal. So I want you to notice right here how Hal is already down and Reps does have a level 1 body armor, and by Penta falling down trying to take out TSM right here, they were using the obstacles that they had in front of them, which were these kind of cube boxes that they had, just to kind of give them some cover and lay down some shots. Also, the Watson ultimate that they had was giving them a lot of cover and kind of blurring the vision for Penta being able to get those kills, and so they really played together really well right here, because Reps was able to land a lot of damage, and then while he was landing that damage, Al Berlelli was able to come around the back and finish off that kill and go ahead and wipe that team. Now, you may be wondering, why are there so many teams close to each other in such a small ring? And that's just how pro lobbies are. So if you guys are noticing that there's like 2 or 3 squads left in a massive ring, that will probably go to show you that there's either one really good team that's just slaying everybody, or it's just a bunch of people running around randomly and not playing very passively in your ranked matches. So if you guys are playing in a high level ranked match, or you guys are playing really well, or you're making a lot better decisions, then you're most likely going to have a lot more teams in the late game rings, and like say round 5, round 4, stuff like that. You're going to have a lot more teams than you would normally. So if you start to see that, that means you're doing good. That means you're ranking up. So basically, the way this works is, you'll notice, I'll go ahead and pause this really quick. Notice that we have 6 squads right here. I think we had 8 squads just a few seconds ago, and look how small this ring is right here. It's extremely small, and the reason being is because even though TSM was just fighting below these stairs, the reason that all these other teams did not come and third-party them is because high-level players understand this situation and understand this concept a lot better than platinum players, than gold players, and that's why it can be really difficult and frustrating to rank up in platinum, is because a lot of times people make decisions that don't make any sense. But for instance, in this high-level lobby right here, all these pro players understand that if they go and third-party TSM down below, then that means that someone else is going to just third party them. Okay, and so they're not going to make that decision to jump down there and go third party, because that's just going to attract more people and more teams, and most likely they're going to be put in a bad situation. So the best thing to do is keep your good positioning inside of a house, inside of wherever, and especially back then where the meta was to just Watson trap a house, there's no reason to come outside and go third party whenever you have good positioning already. And what's going to happen when you leave is you're most likely going to get third partied and die, or you're going to just give up your good positioning in that house and someone else is going to take it, and then you're going to be left with no good position. So high level players understand that. One thing TSM does really well, and that's something that a lot of platinum players, a lot of lower level players don't understand. So whenever I play in platinum on my Smurf account, I get really frustrated because while I'm fighting a team there will be like 6 other teams that will just give up their good positioning to come chase me or my team, and it doesn't make any sense at all, and I'm not used to it. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Always go for better positioning instead of just trying to constantly third party everybody and dropping off the top of a house when you have really good high ground and everything, and then you just drop down on someone and then you get killed by not only their teammates but then another team comes. So just kind of keep that in mind. Make sure you have good positioning, and if you win the game, if you keep that good positioning, you're going to get those kills at the end of the game because you're going to have to kill eventually. So don't stress too much about kills. If you can, try to go ahead and get, especially in ranked matches, try to go ahead and get those kills knocked out early. But I wouldn't stress about it too much, because when it comes to late game rotations, at the end of the game, you're going to have at least a few kills anyways. So they were kind of unfortunate up top. I think that was Gamers Origin or G2 and Gambit and Soar. All of those guys just kind of fought in a really bad spot right there. That little cubby was not very good at all. And so TSM has really good positioning here, because if you drop on them, they're Watson trapped up, and they have all these little things to protect themselves with. So if you throw nades on them, their ultimate's going to just destroy it, and then all these Watson traps are protecting them. So they're in a really good position here. No one wants to contest them because they are going to be in a very bad position if they do. So that's why TSM is in a really good spot right here. Gamers Origin, not so much in a good spot, because they're pretty trapped by zone. MVP already has one knocked here. They don't really know when MVP is coming because they're having to constantly crouch here. And so TSM knowing, this is one thing you guys are not doing. This is why TSM is such a good team. They really know when to engage perfectly. And I try to emphasize this so much. When there's only 3 squads left right here, like you see now, when it's only 3 squads left, the smart thing to do is not to go bum rush a team and start fighting. The smart thing to do is, like TSM, stay down here, allow these 2 teams to start fighting. Once they get into a real deep fight, then you come in and just take these easy kills. Now you will see Alberlelli does get punished here for trying to be a little too aggressive here, but he does get Mondo down, and by getting Mondo down, no one once again wants to contest Alberlelli or TSM at all, just because of their good positioning to begin with. Had TSM had any different positioning, the fact that Alberlelli got knocked would be really, really bad. And so you're going to notice MVP does try to engage here just a little bit, but it was just a Pathfinder. So that was actually a smart play by MVP to just go ahead and try to keep the pressure on TSM here. And he also was able to get away because he's Pathfinder. So it would not be good for Wraith to do that, because she cannot get away like Pathfinder can. So that's why it was really good and actually kind of smart. Unfortunately, they didn't capitalize on it. Here in this position, Gamers Origin really could have went for the res here on MPE. So I'm not sure why they didn't. That's probably a really big reason as to why they did not win the game. But they should have definitely went for that res. And so now TSM has good positioning. They have really good armor, good loot, and they're going to do it again. Notice how MVP is engaging first. That's their biggest mistake. By MVP engaging first on Gamers Origin, TSM comes in, and look how easily they just wipe everyone. Everyone is already weak because MVP was fighting previously against Gamers Origin, and so TSM, doing what they do best, comes in and just wins another game, and they are just able to put that nail in the coffin and solidify the back-to-back champion title and be known as the X Games gold medalists for Apex Legends, and as well as the Apex Legends Poland Invitational champions. So that's my opinion on why TSM is the best team in Apex Legends, and I really wanted to show this gameplay because it kind of showed all their strengths. Notice how they play together better than any other team. I've never seen another team like TSM that knows how to use each other to their own advantage. They really know how to use a lot of bait and switch tactics and just learn how to play around each other and just learn how to take people out as a team. Instead of people all fighting someone else individually, they really focus fire one person and make sure that they win each and every gunfight. And that's why I think that they are the best pro team in Apex Legends. I know you guys want to hear that NRG is the best, but they're just simply not at this point in time. So I hope you guys aren't too mad at me for saying that, but I will say that NRG, Asu, and Dizzy are probably 2 of the most humble people in esports history and esports Apex right now. They are 2, especially for being such big names as they are in the Apex scene, they are really just two of the most down-to-earth guys that I've ever met, and very, very nice to all their fans. They're never really cocky about their fans. They're never really big-headed or whatever. They're really genuine, and they do seem really thankful for where they are at in life, especially with the esports pro scene. So I do have a lot to say about NRG. I think that they're very highly spoken of, and I think for good reason. They're really all good players, and they really all have good character. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a little bit different, something I've never done before, but I thought maybe you guys would enjoy it. It's another kind of like a coaching series, but just a little bit different. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of stuff. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. I am going to be posting a lot more videos coming up, and Tuesday we have a really big video coming up, especially with the new update for Apex Legends, so be on the lookout for that one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you all have a great night. Peace.